There was a clip going around of, actually, let me try and play the clip. I don't know where this clip is from. Hopefully it doesn't get content ID'd or anything. But this is Tom Baker being interviewed by Nicholas Briggs.
At Adam Lance Garcia says, what does he hope his legacy as the Doctor is?
Oh, come on. Do you mean, what does he... I mean, legacy, just after people die, isn't it? Is he out of his mind? No, I have no intention of dying. None at all. God, it was such an effort to come into this world. But that's another story. No legacy.
At Adam...
So based. Yeah, I will leave no legacy because I don't intend to die. Which is very cool. That's such a fun response. On the morning of January the 11th, it was fun to go on Doctor Who Twitter. If you went to the BBC shop in Canada, you'd find that they jumped the gun for the upcoming collection box set release. We had no idea what the next one would be. There were no official leaks or confirmations, at least none that I saw. But the BBC shop in Canada, their online shop, jumped the gun with the artwork, confirming that it would be season 15 of the classic series, aka Tom Baker's fourth season, which is how it was formatted on the BBC Canada shop. 6 stories across 7 discs coming out later this year. And then, a few hours later, the official Doctor Who Twitter account dropped the official announcement, along with a really cool video trailer, which I'm not going to play the full thing because of content ID and copyright and stuff like that, but we can get a little tease as to what we may be getting for the future of the character of Leela, played by Louise Jameson. Let's take a look. Nope, copyright. So, here she is on Gallifrey during the Time War. She's beset upon by a group of Daleks, and she's given a device which will transport her away from the Time War on the final day of the war. And what appears to be the Fourth Doctor's TARDIS. So I have no idea where on earth this lands in terms of the canonicity, or what on earth is going on here. But yeah, it was a really, really cool video. And if you go on YouTube as well, this was like in the top 5 trending on YouTube, and has currently, at time of doing this live stream, has amassed over 618,000 views. It is the most watched collection box set trailer. And if you go on the official Doctor Who YouTube channel as well, don't forget to subscribe to the official Doctor Who YouTube channel. It's actually surpassed the season 1 trailer that dropped on Christmas Day. Now, obviously, it's a bit skewed in terms of the metrics because this is only available to watch on YouTube, whereas you can watch this trailer on the BBC channel, you can watch it on the Doctor Who channel, you can watch this on Twitter, on the iPlayer, on Facebook. You could even just watch it on normal broadcast terrestrial TV, whereas this is a YouTube exclusive. But it kind of shows that this trailer really, really resonated with a lot of people, and also kind of ties into the Big Finish Gallifrey Time War sets, because Louise Jameson, she did leave the role in like the late 70s, but she returned to it for expanded media and has been super open to fans, even though she's been consistently working on many other things. She's on Emmerdale at the moment as well, a soap opera, and she's kind of not stopped working for the past 30-40 years as well, but she still finds time to do stuff like this and finds time to do Big Finish, which is really, really cool. And during the lead up to the 1963 live stream that I did a couple of years ago, I reached out to Louise Jameson and she sent some prints in order to raffle off for the charity, which was really, really lovely of her to do. She wasn't able to take part in the live stream, but she was able to help us contribute towards the Film and TV charity live stream, which was super amazing of her to do. So, what do we have here? We have season 15, which currently does not have a firm release date, but people have been saying that it's about June time, later on this summer. So, Doctor Who fans can continue to build their own home archive on Blu-ray with 7 discs of the 15th season from 1977, starring Tom Baker as the 4th Doctor, containing 6 classic stories. This limited edition set is packed with hours of new and exclusive material. Amazon, HMV, Zavvi, and Rarewaves in the UK. We've got Lee Binding's incredible artwork here. We've got Tom Baker, scarf billowing behind him, with a handful of jelly babies as well. Really cool stuff here as well. These stories feature Louise Jameson as the Doctor's warrior companion Leela, and is also the introduction of trusty robot dog K9, building to an epic showdown, epic's not the word I'd use for it, on the Time Lord's home planet Gallifrey, with the Doctor pitted against his old adversaries, the Sontarans. All episodes have been newly remastered from the best available sources. These classic adventures have never looked or sounded so good on home media. Updated special effects for the horror of Fang Rock. Behind the Sofa with Louise Jameson, Colin Baker, Sarah Sutton, Janet Fielding, Matthew Waterhouse, Katie Manning, Betson Roberts, who is the wife of director Pennant Roberts, and comedian and presenter Toby Haydock. Blu-ray trailer, which is what we've just had a brief look at as well. Darkness and Light, a look at the life and career of producer Graham Williams. So Graham Williams was the brand new showrunner who took over for this season. Season 14, which released a couple of years back, which culminated in The Talons of Wen-Chiang, was the super controversial, really morbid and dark season that got the show into a lot of trouble with like regulators and Mary Winehouse at the time. So when Philip Hinchcliffe left at the end of that series, Graham Williams was brought in specifically to lighten the tone of the series and make it more palatable for a family audience, at least as far as the BBC were concerned. And also, during the tenure that Graham Williams presided over, there were strikes and industrial action in the UK during the late 1970s, so budgets plummeted, which means that a lot of the stories like Underworld, do not look as good as they likely would have had intended to have done, unfortunately. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this documentary about the life and career of producer Graham Williams. Interviewer Matthew Sweet chats to Louise Jameson. There's a brand new making of Horror of Fang Rock. Tom talks. Tom Baker muses on life, the universe, and everything. Exclusive new audio commentaries from Tom Baker. A 5.1 surround mix on the Horror of Fang Rock. Rare convention footage. Tom Baker Blackpool exhibition links, and much more, etc., etc. 7-disc box set with 7 stories. And this, as we talked about before, was written by the series contributor Pete McTeague, who wrote Kablam and Praxeus, and is trying just to mess up the canon forever by somehow having an older Louise Jameson reunite with Tom Baker. Big Finish are probably tearing their hair out at the moment, wondering how on earth does this work. We maybe had other plans for Leela in terms of what we were going to do with her in the Time War sets. I really feel they would do season 13 last for Tom Baker, as the season continued to be one of his best seasons in the show's history. Possibly, but the thing with the collection sets, though, is that there isn't a concrete plan for which ones are we going to be releasing. From what I understand it, the team who work on the collection sets are working more or less around the clock, trying to put together all of the archive material and all of these interviews and all of this associated stuff, and basically once they feel like they have enough, that's the next collection box set. That's as far as I understand it. Of course, I'm not directly involved in these, of course, but yeah, so it turns out for season 15, they're ready to go with all of this material, and this comes out rumored to be in June. I don't think there's an actual confirmed release date. Let me double check. There wasn't when I last looked. Yeah, I'm on the HMV website, and there is no confirmed release date for this yet. Now, despite this apparently coming out in June, in the summertime, we are going to be getting a BFI screening of the Horror of Fang Rock in just a couple of weeks' time. Justin Johnson, who works at the BFI, says on Twitter, "Stop press, Horror of Fang Rock with special guest Louise Jameson, Sunday the 4th of February at the BFI at 12 p.m. Same day at 9:30 a.m. is the Graham Williams documentary with Chris Chapman doing the intro. Tickets on sale tomorrow, as in January the 16th, 12:30 for BFI members and 4:30 to all. View the BFI website at 4 p.m. today. BBC Doctor Who, BBC Studios." I will not be able to make this because I have other commitments, but this is a really quick turnaround. Obviously, so much of this is subject to availability for Louise Jameson, who is still a working actress at the moment. So basically, it was like, okay, we have to drop the trailer. We have to have a BFI screening as soon as possible to make this work for the schedules. So yeah, that's really, really cool. I hope you folks who do end up attending the BFI screening on the 4th of February have a really fun time. We don't have a confirmed date for the Celestial Toymaker animated reconstruction at the BFI, so it would be interesting to know when that is as well. That's probably going to be later on in the year. Now, if you folks wanted to pre-order the Doctor Who Collection Season 15, of course there are the options: Amazon, HMV, Zavvi, Rarewaves, etc. However, I went for a slightly different approach to pre-order the box set. I went on the official Louise Jameson website, which has a shop. I like a little shop. You go onto the Louise Jameson website, go to the shop, and you can in fact get a signed version of the Season 15 box set. You can put your own dedication. You can say whether or not you want it on the box set case or on the booklet. And basically, when Louise Jameson gets time, she will sign the season 15 collection box set and send it straight to you. This is something I kind of wanted to do for the last box set that dropped, the season 21, because Janet Fielding was doing the same thing, but I'd already pre-ordered my copy before I realized, oh, I can actually get Janet Fielding to sign it. So yeah, I've ordered a signed Louise Jameson version on her website. So I figured that I'd let you folks know about that option, just in case you wanted a signed version. We don't have a confirmed release date for it, but even when it does get released, there may be a delay on receiving it because it depends on Louise Jameson's availability for when she's able to sign it. But yeah. So the 6 stories for Season 15, Horror of Fang Rock, The Invisible Enemy, which is the introduction of K9, The Image of Fendal, The Sunmakers, Underworld, and The Invasion of Time. So it's an eclectic bunch of stories. I've not watched all of these. I've not watched Underworld, I've not watched Image of the Fendal, and I've not watched the other stories for a very long time. I know that Invasion of Time starts really strong, and then it's just like a big run around inside of the TARDIS for about 2 or 3 episodes after the fact. I also know that Horror of Fang Rock is probably the standout of the box set, probably the standout of the story. That's the Rutan story, where we don't meet the Sontarans, we meet the Rutans, who are the weird jellyfish blob-like race that they are in conflict with over millennia. The other stories, I don't really have much in terms of a stake in. Obviously, you want to make sure that every single box set gets the great premiere treatment, but I think that Season 15 is considered to be one of the weaker seasons. I think I don't think it's a season that people are intensely passionate about, unless you're big Tom Baker and like Louise Jameson fans. Obviously, their dynamic is great throughout the entirety of it, and Tom Baker is like at this point it was essentially the Tom Baker show, and kind of everybody knew it, so he's consistently strong all the way through it. But yeah, so I've got quite a few blind spots when it comes to the late 1970s era of Doctor Who. When it comes to season 16, which is the Key to Time season, I've not watched any of that. Season 16 is a massive blind spot for me. I've not watched any of the Key to Time. I probably won't until that inevitable collection box set comes out as well. What classic stories have you not seen yet? There is actually a surprisingly long list of classic stories that I've not seen. There's a lot of Tom Baker stuff that I've not seen either. But this is kind of where the blind spots begin. But I do recall that like seasons 7 to season 14 were the ones that would routinely play on UK TV Gold when I was growing up. And I'd get up at like 5 a.m. to watch some Doctor Who before my family woke up, because it would be on UK TV Gold, and it would be like between like season 7 and season 14. With the redesign of the Rutans in the trailer, do you think they'll reappear in the show? To be fair, just the way that they appeared in the classic series does not necessarily mean that they'll hold that same appearance if they were to return in the revival. 1 second, because there was like a brief clip.
Special effects.
I thought I'd looked you
Special effects. Bang.
out. Instead, I've locked it in.
Nice. There we go. That's the redesigned Rutan. Yeah, well, to be fair, it looks kind of similar to how it looked before. It's just an updated special effect. But 1 second, we can actually go onto the Whoniverse tab, can't we? We can go onto the iPlayer and take a look at what the Rutans originally looked like. Chat, I don't know how to tell you this, but I can't start part 4. Like, I hover my cursor over parts 1 to 3, and that's fine. Part 4... Has part 4 gone missing? Has part 4 gone missing from the archives? No, it's there. It's there. For a second there, I thought we'd stumbled across a lost story. Here we go. That's it. Look at it.
Well, the system. Only this one suits our purpose.
Yeah, so please tell me I kept the tab open. Yes! Mr. TARDIS is so clever. So, yeah, like, you put these side by side, and you're told, what is this? And, you know, you might not think Rutan because it's so nondescript, but yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Looks like it tastes like Sarah. Oh yeah, it looks like if you bit into it, you'd be like Homer Simpson in that Candy Convention episode where he, like, gets that weird, super sour sweet and is like where's the candy? Like, isn't it Professor Frink who's presenting that, like, the world's sourest candy that can only be contained in an electromagnetic field or something? The new one's got eyes and tentacles. Yeah, one of these things is not like the other.